check this out.
Hey everybody, welcome back to JDM World. Today, we're gonna talk about how you take this thing, an iPhone, and turn it into a hi-fi audiophile headphone listening environment. You heard me right. iPhones are not typically thought of as something in the audiophile world, but with equipment today, you can really take this device and turn it into something really, really cool in your home. Now, we're gonna talk about 4 things, and then after those, we'll talk about how you set everything up together. But the 4 pieces of this puzzle are, first, your source. You gotta have a source device, right? And the source in a iPhone, or this could be a computer in the way that we're gonna build this, is really your app. And you might wanna use the Tidal app or Qobuz or whatever you're interested in, whatever your thing is. But that'll be the source. Number 2 is your DAC. And if I can get this thing to focus, this guy right here is a full MQA unfolding DAC. It'll also play high resolution files of other formats. It's amazing. It's kind of like the Dragonfly, but better and cooler and smaller, works in your house and travels. The third piece is amplification, and we're gonna look at this Liquid Spark. This is from Monolith, which is the high-end line of Monoprice. This guy's small and the price is right on him, and it sounds good too. I mean, it's not a tube amplifier, but at this price point, the kind of stuff that we're talking about, you don't really need much more than that. And then finally, you have to have a device to reproduce the sound. And here's some headphones from Monolith, from Monoprice as well. These are planars, and I'll give you all the specs on those as we talk about them. Once we've talked about the equipment that you need to get this going, then we'll go through the setup, and you're gonna be surprised how easy it is to get full MQA unfolds or high resolution playback from your iPhone. It's gonna take your iPhone and move it all the way to the next level. So first, let's talk about this guy, your iPhone or your Android device. The reason I want to talk about this is because this is something that you can take with you no matter where you go. You can use this at home and have a great experience. You can take it on an airplane, take it on the train, take it in a car. It'll travel with you. And wherever you're at today, you can either have Wi-Fi or cellular connectivity for the internet. And most apps will allow you to download high quality copies of the music as well for use in your device. So when it comes to musical devices today, there's not really a lot of need to go out and buy expensive kind of purpose-made devices, especially when you can take this and interface a high quality DAC with it to get that sound that you're really, really looking for. So what you need is your phone, and then to select the app that you're interested in. Me, I'm a Tidal guy. I like the concept of MQA, the technology for streaming. It might be lossy compared to DSD or some other things, but for me, that's okay. You know, I want to have a tool that I can use on the run or while I'm sitting down, and that kind of check marks all the boxes. And it sounds really good too. If you haven't tried Tidal, give it a spin. I'll put a link down below where you can check that out. Otherwise, use whatever is your favorite flavor app. Qobuz is really, really good. I don't have a subscription to those guys, but I've used them and I was very happy when using those. So that will take care of your source. It's a device that you likely already have, so you don't need to go out and buy something else. Now let's talk about DACs. This guy's tiny. You can use him at home, you can travel with him. He sounds great. This is the Ztella from Zorlu. You've probably never heard about these guys before. I had not until I found them on Kickstarter. I'll put a link down below so you can go check them out. But let me just read you some of the specs. So I'm gonna look at this screen, no, I'm not really looking, and let you know what he can do. So, you know, he's got a USB Type-C connector on the end. It comes with a regular USB adapter, so you can plug that in. If you want to put this into your iPhone though, you will have to have the lightning plug to USB adapter cable. They'll be happy to sell you one, or you can pick one up on Amazon or wherever. But this guy does PCM up to 384 kilohertz. He'll do DSD up to 5.6 megahertz. He's a full MQA renderer. He's even got this cool little light. I don't know if you can see it, but this light will change colors and show you which different level of quality you're getting from an MQA feed. So this thing really does it all. I mean, outside of moving into super high dollar electronics for DAC, I mean, this thing, this is perfect for on the go, or either, you know, just kind of small footprint in your home, and it's super inexpensive. I'll flash that price up and you'll be able to see that in the link. For the money, you just can't beat this thing. So the next item we need to talk about to get your hi-fi audiophile environment for your iPhone working is power. And this is the Liquid Spark DAC from Monolith, which is the high-end Monoprice brand. Let me see if I can get this guy in here for you. There we go. Right on. So this guy comes in at $110, which is a great price, and he'll do everything you need to do to get a great set of headphones running in your home. Now, he does about 1.3 watts at 50 ohms. You know, he's got unbalanced stereo RCA inputs, so it's not the most super high end, meaning it doesn't have XLRs and that kind of stuff. But I think at the price point, you know, the money's good, the quality's good, the performance is good, and it lets you get in and have a really nice experience without breaking the bank. So this is for a in-home environment. Now, if you're gonna take this stuff on the road and you want to have amplification for your iPhone on the road, so maybe you're doing something like iPhone to DAC to amplifier while you're traveling, you might wanna look at something called the Nickel from Periodic Audio, and that is a travel-specific amplifier for headphones. And I like to use that guy with in-ear monitors when I'm traveling because it's super small and it gives you enough juice that things sound really, really, really good. So that's your third item. Let's go ahead and move on to number 4. The last item you need to have in place for this environment is the headphones, arguably the most important piece. Now, these are Monolith M570s. These are planar over the ear. So you're gonna look, you know, something like this when you've got them in their open back. And they use that planar magnetic driver. So they sound really good. I think these are coming in about $300. I'll flash that up so you can see the price, and I'll have a link down below where you can get to it. These are really cool because they've got removable cables here on the bottom. So you don't have to keep these things tangled up all the time. And if you have a problem with your cables, you can go ahead and replace those if you want to. They get really, really big. So if you have a huge head like mine, you know, you can get these things on and have a lot of space. And, you know, I shrink it down pretty small to get them to fit where I want. They seal up pretty good against my head. So you get a little, you know, you get that feel where you're inside the headphones and your entire ear is kind of engulfed in these guys. So this is the last piece. Now, you obviously can use whatever headphones that you have or your brand of preference. The important thing is that you have enough juice from the amplifier to push your headphones, which you will, and then you have a set of headphones that make all of this worth it, right? So you don't want to spend money on a DAC and an amplifier if you're not going to be able to actually turn that signal into something that you can hear and have a really good experience. So for me, you got to have good sound, but comfort is important. These are super padded. They fit really, really well on my ears and they fit my head. So this is a win all the way around for me as far as a pair of headphones that I can just kind of kick back and listen to music on. All right, now that we've got all these pieces lined up for you, the question you might have is, well, how do I make all this stuff work? How do you use a USB device with your computer or your iPhone? And where do you plug it in? And how does it all fit together? So we'll take a look at how you put all the pieces together to have that audiophile chain of excellence. So let's go ahead and walk you through the setup of how all this stuff plugs together. So kind of going from left to right here, we've got source, DAC, amp, and headphones. So first piece really is installing the DAC into your phone. Now this is the same way that you would install this into a computer. So with this iPhone, we're using a Lightning to USB-C adapter. Plugs in here. This guy will then plug in here, right? And that's all there is to that. Now, you don't have to do anything to your phone or to a Windows 10 PC. This is plug and play, so it will identify this device and set this up automatically. Now, on your Windows computer, you will need to select this as your output audio device, but on your phone, it'll recognize that you have something plugged in, and it'll automatically go ahead and feed this out. Now, from here, you need to take this output from your phone and attach it to your amplifier. And we're going to do that with a phono to RCA adapter cable. So this simply will plug in here to the output on that DAC, and then your left and right channels will plug in to the back of your amplifier. And I believe it's these guys right here. Once you've got that done, this guy will need power. And I've got this set here to the side, and he is now ready to rock and roll. And you basically have on and off, volume here, and then the large phono jack for your headphones. Now, headphones, really straightforward. We'll go ahead and connect the cable to these guys. And there is a left and right cable that goes into the left and right jack on your headphones. And then this will simply plug into the front of your amplifier. Now, you might have to have an adapter. This one screws on. So if your connector is like this, then you'll screw this guy on, and then there you go. So that is all there is to setting this thing up. At this point, you're ready to rock and roll. Just turn on your phone, fire up your app, play your music, set your volume, and relax. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like and a subscribe down at the bottom. And if you'd like to see something else, please drop a comment in with your request. Have a great day, folks.